Hello and welcome. Let's talk about this Aries new moon happening on April 17th at 7:52 a.m. So it's brand new start in the beginning of the day on a brand new dawn on a Friday, which is ruled by Venus. We're going to dive into it, but before we start, hello and welcome. My name is Shira. I am the founder of Abracadabra Astrology, and I help women decode their birth chart and connect with their truth and their heart and live a life that is authentic and beautiful and true to you while mastering your chart, your purpose, and your path. So let's get into this super crazy astrology that is incoming. In a moment, I'll share my screen, but before I do, let's do a little bit of a recap of the week behind us so we can know where we're going. It's always good to understand like what came before when you're working with astrology because astrology is all about patterns, right? So on April 9th, that is when the planet Mars, which is a planet of action, it is a planet of intensity, it is a planet of going forward where you know exactly what you're doing and you go and you do it. It is the masculine frequency. All planets, all human, all consciousness has masculine and feminine frequency, right? Mars is this masculine frequency. It's about taking action. It's yang. And on the 9th, Mars went into its home sign of Aries. So we say Mars rules Aries. So Mars is in this place where it feels like so freaking ready to go. It is ready to take action. It is ready to move forward. It is a courageous energy. It is an instinctual energy, and it is going to amplify all of the other planetary bodies that are in the sign of Aries right now. There is so much of this frequency of moving forward and doing something that is almost like an initiation. So I want you to think about this time as an initiation into, this is going to sound a lot. This is going to sound like a lot, but you can handle it, your new life. This is an initiation into your new life. Aries is about the new. It's like this is a brand new beginning for everybody, especially if you have your sun, your moon, your rising, your Mars, your Venus, your North Node, or your South Node in a cardinal sign. So Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, especially for the cardinal energies. This is a brand new beginning, but truly, this is everybody. It's a brand new beginning. In a moment, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you through where this energy is showing up specifically for you, individually for your chart, and what to do about it, how to work with it. The main thing is to understand that when we have this new moon in Aries, we will have seven bodies, celestial bodies in Aries. And Aries is a blank slate. It's like the past is getting, it's like if your life was a whiteboard, everything, all your journeys, all your experiences up to this time have been written on this whiteboard. And then this new moon comes, this Mars in Aries comes, these seven planetary bodies in Aries comes, not to mention Gemini bringing Uranus in, which I'll talk about in a little bit. This is like you take that dry eraser and you erase and you have an opportunity to begin again. We have been spending so much energy clearing and releasing. Think back to 2025. Remember that 2025 in Chinese astrology was the year of the wood snake. So much shedding was happening. And we tend to think like, haven't I shed enough? Haven't I done enough? I'm done shedding. You're not done shedding. Because The only constant is change. Change is inevitable. We're here to experience change. And if we do not change, we go into something called comfort, over comfort, too much comfort. When you're too comfortable, you get really uncomfortable because you're not able to access aligned frequencies that your higher self and your soul are asking you for. When you don't change, when you stay the same, life becomes pretty miserable and you actually start to deteriorate. You start to die, to go into entropy. So change means new life. It means new growth. Just like we need the seasons to change so that we can be aligned seasonally, naturally, biologically. We have thousands of cells inside our body that are like dying all the time so that new cells can be recreated. I think it's something like every 7 years, we have all completely new cells, like 100% new cells. We're like new beings, new bodies, which is interesting because that lines up with the 7 year Saturn shifts, the 7 year itch. Okay, but bringing it back to this moment, totally new beginning. Huge shift happened on the 9th. There's this inner knowing that's coming through you, this like instinctual messages coming through you, and you're being asked to do more shedding. We're talking about shedding, to clear, to let go, and to have closure. So the big thing that's coming through me right now is what ends are not tied? Where do you still need closure if you need it? Not everybody will need it, but to go into your new life, to open your heart to new desires. And sometimes you don't know what the new desires are because you haven't had closure yet. You haven't had endings yet. You haven't said, this part of my life is totally done. Maybe consciously you want that, or in your brain you think, I'm done. But somewhere in your subconscious, things are still open. The door to the past is open. This time celebrates those who close the door to the past with love, with gratitude. That's closure. You thank the lessons. You practice forgiveness. That's what 2025 was all about. And that's what North Node in Pisces that we have had since 2023. We're about to leave that zone. Thank God. But going into this new life, we have learned how to let go. We're learning. We're graduating, you guys. Congratulations. We're stepping into our graduation right now. That's what's coming through right now. I'm seeing you with the little graduation caps and your graduation cape, and you have your little diploma. You're graduating, and this is like final exam. This is your final exam. And the final exam is, are you ready to walk into your future? Are you ready to get closure on your past? Because the whole world is open up to you. The whole world's about to open up. Think about when you graduate, not everybody does that path. Um, Especially like the genius rebels, they don't even go to college, but when you graduate, you have the whole, my mom likes to say, the world is your oyster. That is April 17th. That is April. April is the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. It means like all the opportunities are opening up to you. You have possibilities. They're all in front of you, but they're not behind you. So we're crossing over another threshold. And we've had many opportunities, and sometimes it takes a long time. I know for me, I don't just close the door. There's like 15 doors to close, you know? There's like these little mini chapters before the full closure. So we've got this big closure, and then on April 25th, Uranus, which is the planet of change. Everything right now is about massive transformation, massive rebirths, massive change, recalibration. Uranus is the highest frequency in different schools of astrology. Uranus is like breakthroughs, downloads, and it's also representative. I just learned this of heaven, of heaven. So Uranus is going into Gemini, and this is 33 years. Gemini is the channel when you can still your mind. Gemini is the mind, right? Mercury. When you still your mind, you open a channel to the divine. Then Uranus, the planet of heaven, the planet of the highest frequency downloads, going into Gemini. We are being prepared for higher knowing, the mind, the highest knowing of the mind. This is why during this time, it is the people who are learning to meditate and to go into nothingness and empty and be still are going to have an advanced leap during this time. Because Gemini can either be, I am totally distracted, I am totally in chaos, I am totally too many things at once. I don't know which direction to go. Spinning like a spinning top, if you've ever played with a spinning top or a dreidel. And when Gemini is practicing mind techniques, this is what we do in abracadabra astrology. We do it for a reason. Because when you practice mind techniques, how to visualize, how to connect with your intuition, how to stimulate your pineal gland, which is the higher intelligence, connection to higher intelligence, how to quiet your body and your mind, how to move out of the past by using your mind. When you do these practices, major opportunities open to you because you start to go more and more and more into the present moment, which has blessings on blessings, and the unknown, which has blessings on blessings. So many potentialities. So Uranus is shifting into Gemini on April 25th. On April 25th. So first we have New Moon Aries, and then we have Uranus and Gemini. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. Let's first look at the chart right now. The chart for the new moon in Aries. Because this is where this new beginning is coming into your life. So we have Aries, right? We all know that now. And Neptune at 2 degrees, Mercury at 3 degrees, and Mars at 5 degrees. So right there, actually, and Saturn at 7 degrees. So these four, 1, 2, 3, 4, these four planets create a superstellium. A stellium is three planets together within 10 degrees. Between 2 and 7 degrees is a superstellium. Let's start with Saturn. Saturn is your what you're taking responsibility on. Mars is what you're taking action on. Mercury is using your mind to get there. And Neptune is the creative visions and the possibility and the potential. Those are all the higher frequencies that you can access. The lower frequencies could be stuckness, where you're thinking about being stuck. Overreactivity. You're going too fast, Mars in Aries, Mercury in Aries. You're you're thinking too much, Neptune in Aries. You have delusional thoughts, like just delusional thoughts without Saturn, without the action, without the responsibility. So the higher frequency is I take action. I'm doing on the material plane. What I'm saying I'm doing, I'm doing. I'm using the energy to build something that's aligned with my truth, with the vision that I have for the future, that's Neptune. And I am diligently using my thoughts for to create more freedom, to create more courage, to create more of what is aligned in a way that is courageous and fearless and trusting in the unknown, trusting in these new beginnings. So all of that is a stellium. And then 26 degrees Chiron, and then this new moon is in 27 degrees Aries. So that's a conjunction. That is deep healing. That's why if you've had a lot of feels, if you've been feeling your feels, you've been feeling the emotions in the depths of your freaking soul, around your identity, around who you are becoming, around what wasn't, how you were not free before, wounds that you have around not feeling like specialness. Aries is specialness. I am unique, right? It's the individual, it's individuality. It's the first sign. I am unique. You know how there are some people who they don't even, maybe they want to have a business and then they don't even try because they say something like, here's some language work for you. They say something like, oh man, I mean, there's 1,000 astrologers out there. What I'm not even going to begin. The market is saturated. That illusion that you're being sold. So be aware of the limiting beliefs that are coming up because that's exactly how Chiron works inside of your subconscious. It's just going to feed you limitations. It's going to feed you illusions. And on the other side of that, the flip side of that Chiron coin is it's actually your greatest, it's your power, your unique individual power. So any ways where you're feeling like your part of this world is not needed, or like you are not special, or you do not have a unique gift to share, you need to tap into that unique gift. This is a message from this new moon, from the cosmos. 26 degrees Chiron and 27 degrees moon and sun. That is a conjunction. That means that this moon is here to heal you on a really, really deep level around your purpose and your path, because this is about your life, your individuality, and nobody else's. That's Aries. It's so you. It's so soulful, selfful, not selfish, selfful for you, full of the higher self frequency. And that also means that there's doors that need to close behind you on your beliefs, on what you are saying yes to that's not aligned with you anymore. So let's talk about the houses where this is showing up in your chart. So you're going to look for that Aries symbol, right? That Aries symbol, you know what it looks like. I'll let's see. You know what the Aries symbol looks like. It looks like a V, right? And then if you have it in the first house, we're talking about your individuality. So this is a new beginning in really everything that you are, yourself, not just your appearance, but your lesson in this lifetime. This is a huge deal for you if you have it in the first house. Second house, now we're talking about your money and your values, what you value and what you believe that you're worthy of. The third house, now we're talking about your mind, the kind of thoughts that you're having. This is really important because it's about your whole identity is based on your thoughts, your beliefs, and all the actions you take according to your thoughts and your beliefs. So this is a good time of writing, journaling on those thoughts and beliefs. If it's in your fourth house, this is about your home. This is about creating family. This is about healing also your family line, your mother line, and the home you're creating now. If it's in your fifth house, now we're talking about your creative energies, how you're using your will, your solar energy. That means that there's either some romance coming through for you, or you are using that creative energy, that romantic energy to be more creative. Like what new projects are you starting now? And what kind of fun are you having in your life? Because that's directly connected to this time for you is it's got to be fun. You got to have passion coming through you. If it's in your sixth house, now we're talking about your daily habits, your daily choices, and the discipline that you're connecting to, the rituals you're connecting to. It's also how you're serving humanity. Like, what are the things that you do every day to help the world? And you're going to have also a focus on new beginnings in your health. Okay, maybe you're starting a new way of eating that's more aligned with energy. You're ready for more energy. Maybe you're starting yoga. If it's seven, we're directly talking about partnerships, one-on-one relationships, and how you are choosing your individuality and your own freedom and independence in those relationships. So you might have to have some really deep convos if that's where this is showing up for you. If it's in your eighth house, we're talking about your deepest inner values. We're talking about intimacy, meaning vulnerability. We're talking about any ways where you haven't let yourself go super deep into vulnerability or where you're healing parts of you that haven't allowed that vulnerability. That's going to show up for you now. It's also the house of marriage. It's also the house of shared resources. But I like to look at it like if you have Aries coming into your eighth house right now, how deep are you willing to go into the unconscious, into the shadow parts of you that are asking for more depth, more awareness, more healing, so that you can get ready to merge in your future because that's what the eighth house is about. It's about merging with another being, but you have to do it in an independent way and you have to see what kind of walls are built up that say, I don't want that. Um, yeah. You also might be thinking a lot about death right now, because life is so transient and it's so short. So it's like you're gonna be starting a new beginning and how you relate to your life, like in the deepest way ever. Now, ninth house, we're talking about your evolution, new beginnings in how you're learning, in taking on new like student positions, being a student, maybe joining a program, finally, investing, learning in something that you really want to learn that is about spirituality or philosophy or astrology for sure, Sagittarius, or travel. There's a totally new opening for you. Now, if you have it in your 10th house, this is about how you're being seen in the world, showing up in a bigger way. Your next evolution of the being seen on the world stage and just showing up 100% authentic you. And that's why it's the house of responsibility, because what is your responsibility to being seen in the world? For you with Aries here, you have to do it in a really brave and courageous way and just get out there, let yourself be seen. 11th, now we're talking about groups and friends and organizations. Like, for example, being part of some sort of bigger mission to change the world. Maybe you're in a group that is working to I'm thinking of someone who has a lot of Aries in the 11th house, and they're actually like working to um, raise money for the earth, and they are like on these missions for, giving back to the earth and healing the earth. And then I know other people who are doing that for like communities, like they are having people invest in these water purification systems so that people in different countries can have access to clean water. It's like, what are you doing for the future? That's Aquarius, that's 11th, to make the world a better place. What's the actions you're taking? This is a new beginning in that. And also, your new beginning in your friendships, new beginning in your future visions. This is great for you, 11th house people. And then 12th, and I'm going to close it out here, the house of transcendence. Woo! Secrets, karma, dreams, what we keep hidden from ourselves and others, past lives and spiritual life. This is a new beginning in how you deepen your own personal spiritual journey and what you're willing to reveal, the veil you're willing to take off, the illusions that you're willing to clear, because Aries coming into your 12th house is going to burn away illusions. This is also Neptune. It's where you have an awareness that there needs to be action aligned with your spiritual vision. Otherwise, you're just freaking lost. You just get lost if you do not have a spiritual practice. That's what this is about, 12th house. Starting a spiritual practice or recommitting to your spiritual practice as a way of liberation from what is unconscious, what wants to be awakened within you. So that's like the fastest way I can run through all the houses and still give you guys like a nice tight new moon lesson. Otherwise I could go on for hours and hours and hours. So this time again, it's about incredible new beginnings in every way, shape, or form. And just think about it as you are graduating. You are getting to this next evolution in the journey of your soul. So give yourself a pat on the back for how far you've come. Don't put pressure on yourself for going faster or trying to be somewhere you're not. Just celebrate yourself right now for where you are in this part of your journey, because I know it took you a great deal of courage just to get right here. And now you have an opportunity to walk through another threshold and close out, get closure on the past so that you can really step into the unknown in a way that you never have before. If you're interested in going deeper into this work, I'll put the links below to connect with me. Everybody who goes through the Abracadabra Astrology Mastery process has to talk with me, so I just know that you're aligned and that you're ready to do this. So I'll leave a link for that. Otherwise, free astrology community, Abracadabra astrology community on School, all lowercase letters. That's a great place to start. And on this new moon, trust the rebirth. Trust the rebirth that you're undergoing. It could be messy, it could be weird. Aries is all about like messiness. It's not going to be perfect. This is kind of the thing where you got to start before you're ready. If you're one of those Virgo people that wants everything to be perfect before you begin, no, no, this is not the time for that. This is a time to take messy action. Messy action. Just get it. Just go out there and get it and have a beautiful, beautiful new moon on Friday. I will see you on the other side. Let me know in the comments below. First of all, like this video if it lands with you, so subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what's coming through for you. I'm super, super curious. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you.